Oh shit. I know. It's me. It's me. Sorry about that. No, it was me.
You're in this race to become king, are you? You're in this race to become king, are you?
Not exactly.
Okay, is this a trailer? I think this might be a trailer. Sorry. Was it too loud?
I have a different trial. Fascinating.
I hope it'll be dubbed or something. Because if it's just Japanese, then... Oh, it's very low? Yeah, I was trying not to wreck you.
This place, it isn't a utopia.
If that's the real world, then it can die alongside you!
I will not let you die in vain.
He'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
It is a new dawn, and its light shines upon Lord Luis as king.
The race's outcome is beyond your meddling now.
I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good.
Knowing all this, I shall claim the ideals you abandoned and finish it in your stead.
I know, I know.
Hello everyone, I'm Katsura Hashino, the director of this title. For those that may not know me, I've worked on titles such as Shin Megami Tensei 3, Persona 3, Persona 4, and Persona 5 among others. Our program today is about ATLUS's upcoming RPG, Metaphor, to share the latest information with you. As we announced in the trailer earlier, the release date is confirmed. The entire team is grateful for the positive feedback we've received since the announcement. But for some of you, perhaps this is the first time you're seeing Metaphor. This work is being brought to you by not only the Persona team, but in collaboration with renowned artists to create a brand new RPG. With this team, we decided to challenge the fantasy genre, aiming to create a game we can call a culmination of our RPGs.
I'm glad that it's dubbed.
Our hope is that not only ATLUS fans, but those who have never played our games, and RPG fans around the world will give this game a shot. Today we'd like to spend some time introducing the gameplay experience of Metaphor, as I talk over while playing the game.
Or 10th of November.
Please check out the ATLUS YouTube channel for more information that will come further down the line.
Oh, it's there.
We'd love your support. Please subscribe.
Subtitles. Definitely don't mind.
Before I start playing, let me introduce the premise of the story. In this game, you'll be forging bonds to support your claim for the throne. But it's the unique take on this that we hope puts a spin on the classic tale. In a kingdom thrown into chaos by the king's assassination,
Gives me Yu-Gi-Oh vibes.
a royal magic is triggered that establishes an election. This magic allows any individual of any social status to become the next king by gaining the people's support, which sets a battle for the throne in motion.
No, I think
the
it's
protagonist gets involved, and the journey will take him
11th
around
of
the world.
October.
It's a journey that I hope you enjoy.
I think it's
as unique
Americanized.
to this game. You'll meet various allies of different tribes, rivals who stand by their own ideologies, and terrifying monsters called humans will stand in your way. The story is brimming with fateful encounters like this. Above all else,
That's cool.
a game offers a different experience than a movie or novel. So to prevent this from becoming just a vehicle for our tale,
I think this is gonna be a
we've
great
gone to
game.
great lengths to flesh out the experience into an exciting, fully fleshed game. There's lots to be excited about, so I hope you'll stay with us till the end. Let's get started, shall we? The title's logo design is based on the concept of a city's main street. It conveys our hope that players will enjoy a journey through a world full
Look
of
at that
diverse
menu.
tribes. If you don't mind, let's start at the beginning. What makes Metaphor different from other fantasy RPGs is the perspective of their world in which our world is their fantasy. After players enter their name, they must answer the questions. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Would you call it a powerless creation? The game questions the power of fantasy, a power we all possess.
That's
I
interesting.
hope the game helps you arrive to your own conclusions. Our protagonist's journey and goal is to save the prince who has been cursed. This is a scene from the beginning of the game.
Think we'll make it?
What differentiates this from previous ATLUS RPGs is that we've added a more dynamic sense of action.
Let's go.
The turn-based battles are still central to the combat, but we've incorporated real-time attacking and dodging elements, as well as dashing around and analyzing to keep things exciting.
Well, that's like Persona, isn't it?
At the beginning of the game, the protagonist isn't strong yet,
Watch out!
so the difficulty of the battles is intentionally pretty high in this area.
So that
We
you can
wanted
get
players
wrecked.
to get a sense of both tension and accomplishment. I might die if I risk fighting right now, so I'll explore cautiously during this segment. That said, there are multiple difficulty levels and convenience factors to make things easier, so we hope anyone who wants to play can enjoy it.
I can at least cast my usual spell for you.
In this scene, our fairy companion casts a musical spell. The music you hear in-game is in the protagonist's head.
Nice.
The composer behind the music is Shoji Meguro. People probably know him from the Persona series, but I've asked him not to be constrained by his
shit.
trademark pop style, and to take on the challenge of creating a totally new sound to fit this game's world. We hope you'll look forward to hearing it. This is a particularly
Who's
large
excited for
area
this?
in the game, and you can see hordes of enemies ahead. One exciting aspect of this game is that you can decide which enemies to fight and how to deal with them. But I'll explain
So
more
no
about battles later.
Random forced
First,
combat.
let's take a walk around a city.
Excuse me, what's going on with you two?
This is the
Oh,
first
I'll
stop on our
definitely
journey,
play it.
the Royal Capital Grand Trad. The background art was designed by Koda Kazuma, a guest
Holy shit,
artist
look at
we're
that.
thrilled to work with. The dynamic architecture comes to life with a unique sense of realism.
I don't care
and
if it's
medieval
$100,
painting like
I'll play
shaders.
it.
So I hope you enjoy taking it in. Here we are at the city entrance, and you probably noticed the massive armored vehicle. The protagonist will ride around in this to travel the world. The original designs of these vehicles were created by Ikuto Yamashita. I'll get into the journey aspect in a little bit, so let's walk around the city a bit more. Using magic, you can ride
Is that
around on
motion
your
blur?
sword to get from one place to another quickly.
Is that motion blur I see?
I wouldn't define this game as being open world, but we took care to flesh out even the distant backgrounds so you can feel the unique atmosphere
What
of
do you
every
mean?
location. Now
It's
we're heading
huge.
toward an alley. The atmosphere changes a lot from the main street. This is where executions happen. That's not something you see very often in modern-day stories.
No.
You'll also note some people cowering in the streets, because this world has a prevalent gap between rich and poor. As for our protagonist, he's a boy from an inferior tribe, abhorred by others.
Of course he is.
Despite his social standing, he's going to participate in the royal tournament.
How?
You'll find many problems in each town you visit, and of course people will need your help. His interactions affect his popularity in the race.
Another blue-haired
Let's check out
character.
the town map. You can see where you're currently located, and then instantly move anywhere you've previously visited. This should help make the journey more comfortable. Let's zoom out to the map of the entire kingdom. This is the royal capital where we are now. In this world, the areas between
wanna see the
cities are
size of the
dangerous
map.
areas referred to as wastelands, which makes travel difficult, unlike our world today. As the story progresses, your main hub moves from city to city.
I want
And with that, let's take a look at a new city.
that motion blur has to be able to be turned
This
off.
is Martira, a town we're unveiling for the first time. It's a pastoral town, quite a contrast from the capital. It may be normal in other fantasy RPGs, but through these acts of traveling and staying at new places, I hope you get a true sense of being on a journey, which is a difficult thing to convey in modern-day stories. By incorporating a unique sense of daily life into traveling, we've made taking a trip feel as real as possible in this game. You'll encounter all sorts of things on the road, so please look forward to how the story unfolds.
I think it's more beautiful without it, to be honest.
Let's drop in at the recruitment center in this city. Here you take requests to fight dangerous monsters.
One of them looks like Darth
These threats
Vader
to the city are called bounties.
on the
Bounties give
bounty
you some
board.
nice rewards, which hopefully encourages you to challenge them. And that's really just one of many challenging aspects the game has to offer. This is the weapons shop. Each city you stay in has various facilities, and in this game your choice of equipment is especially important.
Oh, those are
A
party.
metaphor.
Look
We
at the
wanted to
last
give
guy.
you the freedom to customize your party
Eyes
your
like that.
own way.
So cute.
So we hope you'll even find some joy
Who
in
is
making
that?
preparations to explore dungeons in your own style. Let's enter the tavern. I see an informant here. Informants offer hints about dungeons and battle strategies. Even collecting information
I feel like
this
this
is
game's gonna
something
be
we put a lot
massive,
of thought
like
into making
huge,
enjoyable.
big.
The back of the tavern is actually an inn. Visiting a new town and staying at a new inn, that's half the fun of traveling, isn't it? There's so much to do in these cities and towns that I can't cover it all, so stay tuned for further announcements. Moving on, let's hop into the Gauntlet Runner and head to the battlefield. The Gauntlet Runner is a vehicle that can travel safely across wastelands. A mobile base, if you will, with movement and mechanisms that allows it to run on magic.
How can we afford
So
it?
our protagonist and many others travel in their Gauntlet Runners to gather popularity. Let's go ahead and board.
This is like a marketing thing.
This is the Gauntlet Runner's War Room. If you access the round table here, all your allies gather back from town, and a map of your journey opens.
That's a big map.
Most RPGs don't have a time limit on the adventure, but Metaphor revolves around the concept of dates and time.
Expected.
For people today, travel often has a fixed itinerary, such as 3 days and 2 nights. So in this game, we've captured the travel experience with predetermined lengths of activities and structure. But within that, what you do, where you go, is up to each player who can choose to do things differently. You're free to spend your time as you please. Here we have the list of quests I've accepted.
Is this mature rated?
You have a set time frame to complete the main story objective at each location you visit. But these side quests play an important role in the story too.
Okay.
Some require fighting strong enemies,
Here's where we
while others may offer rare equipment. The order in which you take on these quests will have a great impact on how difficult the battles feel.
place.
So which challenges you take on first will play a big factor in your experience.
It's your call.
Now let's pick a destination and head out. Okay, we have departed. In most games, you arrive at your destination instantly, but here you're inside the runner, heading toward it. Imagine, for example, living in a camper with your travel companions.
That reminds me
Cooking,
of
conversing,
how it is in
camping, and
Jedi
more. We want you
Fallen
to have
Order.
a realistic traveling experience.
as
So
you
we
approach
designed
the
game to reflect
planets.
that.
Has anyone played it?
This is the kitchen. You can cook the ingredients you've gathered with your friends to make valuable items. In the back is the common room. Looks like nobody's here right now, but your allies will often visit you to spend time with them. There is also a collection of books for you to read. Or if you'd rather not do anything, you can sleep here. As you can see, we have Japanese-style capsule-shaped beds. The Gauntlet Runner's interior is quite spacious and even has its own engine room. Here's a washing machine, and you'll find cleaning supplies too. I hope you're excited to learn more about how they play into things.
They play into things? What?
You're not limited to staying inside the Gauntlet Runner. If you climb up the ladder to the deck, you can see it moving through this massive world. You can even see monsters soaring overhead.
Is that a little bit of a time
The
sink,
Gauntlet
though?
Runner has so much to do as you head to your next stop that it's impossible to tell you it all here. So please stay tuned.
Merely a trap to draw in.
Like, how long
Prepared
does
in
the
runner
journey
or a
take?
city, you'll arrive in a dungeon. Here's an introduction to the combat system, which is critical to making progress.
I'll give it 10 points.
This is the entrance to a certain dungeon.
This, for some reason,
Let's
doesn't
check the main menu before we head
upset me when I
in. Here we have
see it.
features like items, skills, and equipment. You can see that the UI has always been one of our strong suits. It's something that we were very particular about.
Look
You
at
often
that.
spend a lot of time navigating menus in RPGs, so we wanted to give players a beautiful interface to enjoy a stronger sense of immersion.
It's so pretty.
Let's check out the party customization screen. The key to strengthening a party in Metaphor lies in the job system, and the growth of these jobs is critical to advancing through the game. In Metaphor, the power of these jobs is called archetypes. Archetypes are a very important
wonder if you
element
can
of this
change
game,
it.
which I'll give you a few more details on.
Or they
By
are what they
confronting their
are.
Anxiety, the protagonists acquire these archetypes, a special power. Think of them as heroic figures everyone possesses.
So, like,
Their
Persona.
powers manifest in various forms throughout the game.
Is that a skill
Examples of
tree?
some archetypes that show up early in the game include the Seeker, who is an all-rounder in
Something's wrong with YouTube. Call them personas, right?
battle. The Mage, who strikes weaknesses with offensive magic. And the Thief, who can plunder resources. But the key point of the system here is that the character can undergo a transformation, taking on the appearance of various heroic figures and then use their skills to fight.
Yeah, it's literally
Let's
personas.
enter the dungeon and take a look at what kind of combat is possible.
New skills?
Once you enter the dungeon, use your fairy companion's power to analyze
Do I
your
switch to
surroundings.
Twitch? God damn it. Where? Where? Don't do this to me. Mother... I'm not missing it! Stop it.
We're not alone. Keep an eye out.
Now, you'll notice we have a large monster ahead.
It's a video.
More dangerous enemies
I'm just
give off a
behind
yellow
right
glow.
now. It's fine.
If the analysis indicates they're
We didn't
formidable,
skip anything.
you should
It was
approach
paused.
cautiously, unlike before. Pressing the squad button will call your party members to your side,
I'm sorry.
transitioning us smoothly into a turn-based battle. If you initiate a squad battle before the enemy notices you, you earn a bonus first strike just like this. Even for battles that require a squad approach to defeat them with skills, the action portion before it is designed to provide a tactical element, with mechanics that can lead to both advantages and disadvantages.
So like Persona,
The
right?
squad option allows you to engage and enjoy tense, tactical battles without even drawing close, and using a variety of skills
no.
and strategic actions. The party customization is highly flexible and strategic, so we encourage you to create your own unique and powerful party. We have just annihilated the enemies. As you can see, you can earn bonus rewards by defeating all enemies without taking any damage.
That's not gonna be me.
We implemented this feature to provide a sense of accomplishment in party customization, so I suggest you try it out. So that's the exhilarating action elements and the strategic nature of the turn-based battles. It's a battle system with two aspects to enjoy, so we hope you have fun when the game comes out.
Oh, so it is an action.
Next, I'd like to touch on the volume of dungeons. As you progress through the story, you'll come across main dungeons, which you'll tackle as part of the main story, and side dungeons, which you can explore as part of quests. Both types will of course plunge you into battle. In terms of the number of dungeons to challenge, it's more than any previous title of ours.
I love
Furthermore, the dungeon mechanics we've designed were created to avoid impacting the balance and pacing, reducing anything that may bore you. The battle system in these dungeons is one of our strongest selling points. So we hope you enjoy it.
Romance?
As we created the game, one area we focused on was how spending time on the road impacted the growth of your party members.
But they can't show us hot girls without talking about romance.
One of the systems that symbolize this is
Look at
the
her.
follower system. The protagonist will meet and befriend various people over his journey. As he continues to deepen these bonds, these followers will become his strongest supporters. Seeing their way of life through these interactions, the protagonist senses the heroic image within them, giving him access to new archetypes in battle that awaken within him.
So, Persona.
It's up to the player to decide which followers to prioritize interacting
Atmosphere. With small boobs.
Finding strategies to gain advantage, both in dungeons and outside of them, is a unique aspect of this game. We hope you enjoy them. There's more
Persona
to
6.
share about archetypes, but we'll save that for future announcements. I'll just say for now that there's a significant number of them in the game. Furthermore, your other party members can also equip any type of archetype, giving you countless options in forming your party. Take a look. I'll show you on screen. Here's a party consisting only of brawlers.
No way.
Unique parties like this are fully possible, so we hope you get creative with it. Metaphor has been created with the goal of fusing the idea
That's
of a
so
journey
exciting.
with interpersonal interactions, party growth, combat, and a taste of the storyline we've described today into a single game experience.
We're not special.
So when the game releases, we hope you'll experience these aspects to the fullest. What did you think? That was only scratching the surface of the journey
more
and
of
the
it.
basics of the game system. There's so much more we
What?
can't wait to share.
No, give me
Metaphor
more.
is a massive game filled with interesting and unique elements. As for the narrative, I only touched on the beginning of the
Touch
story,
more of it.
but the surprising twists and turns we're known for await you. I hope you're looking forward to hearing
Is
more
this
about
the
the
end?
story and characters that make this game
No.
truly special.
What?
In addition, starting in June, we're hoping to give you hands-on demos in various events around the world. The entire development team is working hard to get the game ready for release, so please stay tuned.
It's gonna
I
be
should also
released like
mention we're
everywhere,
opening
right?
Pre-orders today, so don't miss out. In addition to the standard edition, Metaphor is also available in a special physical collector's edition. This year marks 35 years since ATLUS released its first game, and Metaphor serves as the 35th anniversary commemoration
I
title
am
for the ATLUS
excited.
brand.
It looks
It's a celebration
amazing.
title, and we're very excited to get this game into your hands. So we hope you check it out when it launches. Before I sign off, I have a short video we prepared for those of you who stuck with us to the end.
No, not the end.
This is a scene from the Gauntlet Runner, which I spoke about earlier. Please look forward to the all-new RPG from ATLUS, Metaphor. Thank you very much for your time today.
I'm gonna play it. Of course I'm gonna play it. it! Stop it! What? You can take a bath? And that's how you increase agility? What? Is that a tooth? Is that really a tooth? That is a tooth. My god, that's a tooth. What? What? No, you can't leave me with this. No. What? What? Please. Is it the end? It's the end. Look at the chat. Holy shit. Okay, so they're showing it on, where is it being released? It says okay, let me see. I want to see where it's releasing. Platforms, initial release date, so it's gonna be what, October? PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Microsoft Windows, Xbox X, and Series S, and it's gonna be all available on the same day, apparently. See, this is what ATLUS does better in comparison to Square Enix, unfortunately. They know how to release a game so that it goes big because everybody can play it. Like, I understand the contracts between Square and Sony and whatnot, but holy shit, is this game gonna go big? Yeah, exactly. It's like you're gonna be able to experience it no matter what, and that means that the game is well optimized to be run on PlayStation 4 as well, regardless of, you know, how aged it is. Look at this person saying mid-game. It's like, your mom is mid. What do you mean? What? What do you mean? You know, Chromebook. Like, by the time this releases, you're gonna have to get yourself something. Like, well, there's already PlayStation, but still. The game looks freaking amazing. Please don't look at my suggested videos. It's embarrassing. It will work on PlayStation 4 with weaker graphics. Yeah, probably, because it's not like it doesn't look like it's, what's it called? It doesn't look like hyper realistic. Normally, like animated games with like graphics that look more cartoonish than, I guess, I don't know, reminiscent of like a real world or whatever, they will be able to be run on multiple other platforms and not just the current generations. This person like, finally Persona fans can take a shower. Come on, that's mean. No, I'm just excited that the game's gonna be everywhere, because like I'm just gonna like, if I'm talking about this very selfishly as a content creator, um it's good for me because it means that more people will play it, more people will be excited about it. At the end of the day, more people will want to watch it and watch alongside of, you know, of their streamers, you know, playing it or whatever. It's like, look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth like almost buried me in the past month, because I had a hard time, and a lot of streamers actually had a hard time getting people to watch the game, because they're either waiting to play it themselves or they haven't even played remake or whatever, because it's like the second game and it's connected and whatnot. Like, the viewership was low for so many reasons, and being a new game and a new game released everywhere and being more approachable is good for content creators. I personally love it as a player because I want to talk to my friends about it, and I don't have to like tiptoe around who has a PlayStation or who has an Xbox or whatever. I can just be like, hey, are you playing this game, knowing that, you know, the game is probably available on their platform, which is what I'm really excited about. We're definitely playing this. We're definitely playing it. This is, I think the date is like Americanized. This person says October, so I think it's 11th of October. I think that the date is written in like American dates. So yeah, I think this is I think this is going to, yeah, this is going to be definitely something that I'll be doing, and it's gonna be right after, I guess, the Final Fantasy 14, like the Dawn Trail hype and everything. So this is definitely gonna take up a lot of my time later on, like to the point that I don't even know if I'll finish Persona 5 this year. Because now I'm playing 4, and there's gonna be Shin Megami Tensei and Dawn Trail, and then ReFantazio. It's like, when am I gonna play all these games? I have no idea. And I had this crazy idea about playing Final Fantasy 9 before Dawn Trail because of some of the references in Dawn Trail, but maybe later. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited for this. I'll definitely be playing it, and I hope you will too, if it turns out to be any good, which I think is going to be. I think it's going to be really nice. I am definitely hyped for it.